Alright, this is King Bucho. We are live on BDA Boxing. Gonzalo is on the line. Gonzalo, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Google. What's the
What the
weather in San
fuck? Hold on, these fucking commercials here. Jesus Christ. Alright. So I was talking to people on Discord, and they're putting up memes. Somebody was putting memes of you. And I said before, I don't like when people post pictures of the BDA panelists. And then some people were freaking out. Oh, no, you can tell me what to do. It's a free country. I don't know what else. Freedom of expression or something. Yeah, as if posting memes is a freedom of expression type of thing. But anyways, so I said that like 2 weeks ago or something. Like, don't post pictures of people who are on the panel. And I don't know, somebody posted a picture of you, or some people were posting pictures. So I said, like, I'm gonna start banning people. I said, and then I said, ask Gonzalo if he minds, then no, sorry, if he doesn't mind, then go ahead and keep on doing it. Post pictures of him, and you just showed up and you said, like, okay, you don't mind. Okay, so there you go, you can do it. You guys on the Discord can have your freedom of expression now.
Well, the thing with that is, you tell somebody not to do something, they're probably gonna do it more because they got under your skin, you're upset about it. Basically, that's what they want to do. They keep playing back and forth. But to me, I don't mind because it's not that big of a deal to me. So if somebody keeps on doing something, and I don't know what the origin of it is. Well, it's like it is what it is. They can keep feeling some way about something, but I can't really relate because I don't know what
Also,
the meme was. What's the reason?
well, the
If
reason
it's
is, I
all
think
fun
they
and
say
jokes,
that you're a pro-Mexican, like you only support Mexican boxers, and that was basically, I think that's what some people actually hate you for that, from what I've been reading. Like, they hate you for being pro-Mexican. I don't think you're pro-Mexican in the sense that you call it as the way it is. You're not exaggerating anything. Like, this was a 50-50 fight. Like, come on. Nobody can tell me. I had Joshua winning the fight. My prediction was Joshua was going to win. But I always said it was going to be a close fight. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ruiz knocks him out again. Right? But because you chose Ruiz and you're Mexican, all of a sudden, like, they started shitting on you, basically, for choosing the Mexican guy.
pretty close fight. I am Mexican. I am from a border town. I'm not from England. I like AJ. I made a quick video about the keys to victory for him. I said he had a good chance of winning, that I like both guys. So what's the problem? If some guys are from England, then obviously I sound Mexican and the Mexican fighters fighting, and I'm picking him. When it's a 50-50 fight, like you said, it's going to rub some people out the wrong way, but that's their problem. That's not mine.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, why? Yeah. They're making a big deal out of this, some of these people. Like, they are actually pissed off at you. Like, angry, they hate you. As if you've been, like, talking shit or something. As if you're some sort of LDBC fanboy. I don't know, I just think it's ridiculous, man.
To be fair, I understand what people are saying, but honestly, I don't have to defend myself. If you ask anybody in the boxing community, fighters, professional trainers from Mexican origin, Garcia, and that, they're all gonna say, yeah, we're gonna pick. So don't people pick on me because I'm coming out on a platform and spill all your hatred for what 99.9% of the Mexican community does. Okay, and I'm just one guy with an honest opinion, but I'm also going to call it as it is because I realize it shows people from diverse nationalities. And this was a fight between an English guy and a Mexican. And there's a lot of people from the UK on this platform, and I realize that I'd be pretty stupid, and I would get. If you're a fanboy, you get found out. But look, when it's two fighters, obviously one guy's got to lose and one's got to win. Can't get it all right all the time, and it's not about me. It's about what happened in the ring. And credit to where credit is due. Didn't I say congratulations to AJ? The motherfuckers are coming on with their immaturity. It's uncalled for. Now that's why I would really have a problem with memes because they're not unsubstantiated. They're not substantiated.
Yeah. And by the way, yeah, somebody. I mean, it's not only that people disagree with you, because some people are saying, "Oh, we only disagree with Gonzalo, or whatever," but it's more than that. Let's be honest. I can see some comments, and listen, you can write whatever the hell you want. Again, I said no pictures, and then some people don't understand that. I think it's too complicated for them to understand. I said no, only I don't want any fucking pictures of people on the Discord. You can say whatever the hell you want, of course. Well, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I gotta be fair and gotta mention, there's been a lot of hatred going back to even when Canelo was fighting, some other things where people speak about the LWBC, how they are one way. A lot of people from this side of the house are representing the same attitude, you know? So how can you blame somebody for being this way? Then you yourselves, if you're white, if you're not black, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Josh Taylor, good fighter, great performance, a progressive good fighter. You got to give credit to the guys from the UK, but I'm not saying that they don't deserve their how they're doing what they're doing. But who am I? I'm just giving my points regarding these fights. It's not like it's a big deal.
Yeah, listen.
Why do they have to use me as an
I'll
example?
give you an example of something that's an exaggeration, all right? Remember when they had this guy who was saying Ocampo was going to beat Errol Spence Jr.? And these type of predictions went on and on. That's when, okay, that somebody's biased, somebody's like just pro a certain race or certain nationality. That's pretty obvious. But you picking Ruiz is like, come on, everybody was saying it was a 50-50 fight. Everybody who's in the prediction list said, it's sort of a 50-50 fight, but here's my prediction, because I have to give my prediction, so here it is, but I wouldn't bet my house on it. So now people are like, oh, I predicted AJ to win. I told you guys. You were unsure of yourselves. So stop acting like you knew what was gonna. You knew for certain what was gonna happen. That's fucking bullshit. That's complete.
Yeah, nobody wants to vocalize their opinion, say it on air, because the mind thinks many things. You could doubt yourself and think, yeah, AJ wins or Ruiz wins, but you don't say it. And when the guy like AJ won, the mind plays tricks on you where you're gonna say, oh, I thought that to myself and that's what I did believe, but you didn't vocalize it. So if Ruiz would have won the same thing, the mind plays tricks on you, would have said the same thing, wishy-washy. But you never said it because some people don't have the courage or the balls to, where they're only expecting other people to make predictions. So when the result comes out, some people can say you got exposed. That's the type of attitude. It's kind of a toxic environment sometimes with some people.
Nah, again, nobody was certain that either AJ or Ruiz was gonna win. So let's stop it with that. All right. Let's see what people are saying in the chat here. Doc says no one said Ruiz was a special fighter apart from Gonzalo. That's why people are laughing at him now. Okay,
he is a special fighter, but he didn't come in shape. What's the problem with that?
I don't know.
And if he's not so special, well, I got it wrong. Hey, what does that matter? It's just my opinion. What do people want to like crucify me, make it a laughing stock because I know my shit? But does that mean that I'm an expert at boxing? No, it's just my opinion.
And listen, like some people never even want to join the Discord here, the panel. So, like, you're not gonna get that much respect out of me. Let me just tell you that right now. I don't know why some of you don't want to join. I see some of you people are fun in the Discord and shit, but you don't want to join. Okay, that's fine. But then don't start shitting on certain people on the panel. Because you don't even have the balls to join the discussion here. Even just put on your mic. I'm not saying go on camera. Just put on your mic. And like everybody ignores me when I invite them. So So that's pretty pathetic, in my opinion.
It's not going to hurt my feelings.
All right, let's get more people in here. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much what I'm saying. Listen, Gonzalo doesn't mind if you put up pictures of him. Okay, then go ahead and do it. I didn't know if he minded or didn't mind. So that's why I said, like, listen, don't post pictures of anybody. And I said that weeks before this happened. So that's pretty much it. And some people are freaking out. My freedom of expression, my freedom. It's like it's a goddamn, it's a Discord page, for fuck's sakes. I'm not in your house telling you what to do. And I'm not gonna address that Mark issue because I don't want to talk about this guy. If we want to talk, we'll talk face to face. Like, I don't want to start talking behind people's backs. But, you know, it was on Discord. Go check out what happened. All right, hold on. So, yeah, let's see what people are saying in the chat. Luke Peterson, because he's afraid of being successful. Ruiz, listen, Ruiz, I don't understand why he came that fat. Maybe he already had he did it to have an excuse for when he lost. He's like, well, I just have to lose weight next time. Like, that's pretty much my opinion. I think he did it on purpose. He went to self-destruct. Who else is in? Jason Bourne says, I have called in, but I won't reveal my identity. Well, you don't have to reveal your identity. You can just join the panel. My freedom of expression doesn't mean in my house you can talk your ish. What? I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, people are making a big deal like I'm infringing upon their rights because I just said one thing that it's not allowed on Discord. And people start crying. Get out of here.
You see, this is where I see a lot of like immaturity, some hatred, because I said, look, AJ could very well knock out Andy Ruiz. And I gave credit, yes, I give credit to AJ, but all that falls in deaf ears. No, so you sound Mexican, you picked the Mexican, it's a 50-50 fight, we don't talk about it, but you did. And when you lose, when your fighter loses, we're going to call you out because that's fun.
It was a 50-50, yeah, exactly, but it was a 50-50 fight, people. It's not like, again, it's not like Gonzalo chose Ocampo to beat Errol Spence Jr. like some other fucking crazy guy did, right? I mean, go ahead, Johnny boy, go ahead.
No, I was there a show last night. I was running around town. I watched everything, but except for the Navarrete shit. But other than that, I mean, I don't know what was. Well, look, man. I was just reading my comments I got from last night, responding to them and shit. And I got one asshole up in here. Well, Mayweather does the same thing as Anthony Joshua did, and you're hating on him. But then Anthony Joshua does it, and it's okay. I'm like, well, bro, that's one fight, not a fucking career of hugging, bro. I was like, well, what was he? I'm like, dude, well, what was the guy supposed to do? Fucking stand there and get the shit beaten out of him?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going? What are you gonna do? Be a fucking moving target or a punching bag, bro? Come on.
Yeah, and Ruiz didn't let his hands go, so you can't blame that guy. He could have done like a Maidana type of shit at least, you know? Just go for it. He
wasn't fucking mobile enough, and the extra weight didn't help him. It's that simple, Pucho. I mean, and I like Ruiz. Ruiz, my boy, but I mean, he wasn't fucking as agile because he had so much extra weight on him. I wouldn't.
Yeah, he didn't throw punches and bunches, Johnny.
Yeah, he couldn't pounce on him like he did in the first fight, bro. Like I say, and that was his whole key to victory was, you know, the hand speed and being able to fucking jump on him when he needed to. The ref, I will say this, the ref was a fucking fugazi. I don't give a fuck if he's Italian or not. That ref was terrible. Every fucking time it was a breakup in there, the guy was sitting in there jerking off for 40 seconds, taking up half the fucking round. And You got echo, Bucho.
Oh, there's echo. Wait.
Yeah, it's from you. I can tell it's from you.
Oh, it's gone.
Okay, but yeah, the ref was a fucking fugazi, disgraziata, rat bastardo. He fucking, I don't care if he's a fucking dago or not. That guy sucked. But hey, man, like I say, what are you gonna do? You fucking, what are you gonna fucking? Like I say, you're gonna be a moving target or a punching bag, bro. AJ played it smart. Wasn't a very entertaining fight, but he played it smart and got the win. So, what are you gonna do?
All right, we have Mark here. Mark, so what's the deal here? You want to post pictures of Gonzalo and shit?
Hold on. I'm going to say this right now, right? I spoke to Gonzalo a good while ago behind the scene about different things that were going on with Gonzalo. And I asked Gonzalo, how does he feel about when people joke about him or whatever? And he said, sometimes he actually likes it because it means that people are interacting, right? Now, I wasn't actually going against Gonzalo. I was going against you because you were saying you're going to ban anybody who posts pictures of anybody from the panel, even though nobody from the panel has said they're against it, including Gonzalo.
Or for it. By the way, you didn't even tell me Gonzalo was for it in the discussion.
I didn't need to. You just assumed. Me. You just made the assumption that I was in the wrong. You just assumed. No, it is an assumption. No. Because you're deciding to dictate what people can do with their own Discord pages, and if they don't appease you, you're removing them from Discord.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how long. No, hold on. It doesn't matter how long they've contributed. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how many times they shut their show down for you or what they do for you. You're just going to remove them because it doesn't suit Bucho. And I don't particularly like that. And there's no way.
Did I remove you from Discord? I can't remove you from Discord. You can do whatever you want on your Discord, not on the BDA.
Well, here's the thing. It's my Discord profile, right? It's my Discord profile. So when I pick any, listen, when I pick any image, when I pick any image to go on my Discord page, if you're going to remove me for that, when Gonzalo doesn't even have a problem with it, just because you have an issue with it, that's not okay.
I didn't know.
That's snowflake bullshit.
Did you understand
That's snowflake stuff. And you're talking about freedom of expression. Yeah, you want to express yourself. No, hold on. You want to express yourself, but you won't let anybody else.
Yeah, I'm not expressing myself in that type of way, so it's not the same thing. Yeah,
so
you can do that somewhere else. You can do that somewhere else.
But
How about that?
That's
so you want to remove Discord, me? Man. So you want to remove me from the panel because you're in the wrong and you don't want to accept it.
I didn't know. Gonzalo didn't mind.
You didn't know.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean shit. You didn't know. You were wrong. I knew, but I knew.
Yeah, but
I knew I wasn't stepping on anybody's toes.
Use your words.
No, I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong. You thought I did. You assumed wrong. You got it wrong. So admit it and apologize, because I'm not
apologizing for shit. What are you, crazy? First of all. Second, you should have told me that Gonzalo didn't mind. And I said...
I've told you before. I've told you before Gonzalo's okay with it.
Stop being emotional.
Ah, fuck it.
What is this shit? Anyways, I said I was speaking in general terms. No, I wasn't speaking about Gonzalo specifically. This is something I said weeks ago. I said, I don't want pictures of anybody on the panel.
Did you say it to me? Did you say it to me? Did you say it to me weeks ago?
No, I said it on the Discord, and I said it, and then I said it today before you challenged me to ban you. Remember? What did I say?
Hold on. Before I challenged you to ban you, when I put that image up, you said you want to post things, you were asking for a ban. What did I say specifically afterwards? No, I feel I'm allowed to do whatever the hell I want. And you said, goodbye then, and I said, go ahead.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. I didn't challenge you to. You had already made your mind up, and you already know that's true.
So you think I was... Okay, why did you say I'll change my picture? Because you're...
Why did I decide to change...
You're freedom... Okay, then listen. Are you saying I can't...
Why did I change my picture?
BDA Discord?
You can ban anybody you want. I don't care. So... If you want to make an example out of me, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and do that, but everybody's going to know that you're just being a dictator.
Unrivaled because you changed your name or something, so I was like, I don't even know who
you literally said Unrivaled. I have the screenshots.
The later I checked, they said Unrivaled.
You said it before you banned me. You said the word Unrivaled asking for a ban before you even banned me. Do you want me to post screenshots of all of this?
Oh, if you want, listen, I don't care. Point is, you don't want to follow the rules that I just I provided.
No, I don't mind following the rule. I don't mind following the rules, but your rules.
And then on top of that,
you can't uphold rules. You can't uphold a rule.
What do you mean?
No, hold on. You can't uphold a rule when it's not against what other people want. When Gonzalo is
Oh,
when
Jesus
Gonzalo's okay.
We should have
No, when
told me.
Gonzalo's okay.
You should
No,
have
you
told me.
assumed. No, you assumed. You got it wrong.
Yeah, I assumed. I
Yeah,
assumed for
look,
everybody. That's what you do. Like that's okay. Holy crap!
I'm
know,
gonna
you
have
ban-
to say, like
so
I
you
said
ban
at the
me.
beginning.
You can't really know what everybody wants, but you do put like a sort of like rules.
Bro,
You
it's
put
not a
rules,
society. It's fucking the internet.
I know it's an oh god.
Bro, it was completely even unrelated to.
man.
Hold on. This was completely unrelated to BDA anyway, because the image that it is from Gonzalo's own thing. And by the way, I'm Gonzalo's biggest fucking fan on BDA.
Okay.
His biggest damn fan. I love Gonzalo.
Oh, then
I'll speak to Gonzalo about anything behind the scene and I'll debate.
Then do whatever you want. Then you're a big Gonzalo fan. Right?
It's look. This is like I said.
is this?
You don't. But I respect what you're doing, Bucho. It's very considerate. Yes, and like I said, you don't want to tell. I didn't even know.
Like,
Mark
I do the
posted
same thing for
anything.
Mark. If somebody starts posting shit on Mark,
It doesn't bother me.
I know,
It doesn't bother me.
I don't
People,
care about
my image has
Mark.
been memed.
Mark, I don't know about you. I don't know what you think about. I don't know what Johnny Boy thinks. I don't know what anybody else thinks. Putting into place a general rule.
I don't even know what the fuck's going on, Bucho. And I don't care.
There's memes of Johnny all over Discord, and Johnny's seen them and doesn't care.
All right.
He's a fake.
You don't want to show somebody you're mad sometimes, or that you don't like something, because they're also gonna think they got under your skin. And some people can be immature, and I don't think Mark is that way. And I didn't know it was him really that posted anything, but I understand what Butch was doing. He just
I didn't even post.
across the board.
By the way, hold on.
I'm not trying to
What was
piss people off.
what was the rule, Bujo? You said nobody's allowed to post. So I have something that's my own personal image, and you're saying I'm not allowed to have it as my image.
Not on BDA, on the BDA page. No, you can do it anywhere
Well,
else.
if I have right, I'm in 132 gaming discords. 132 gaming discords.
All right.
If I have anything that's a meme as my profile picture, which is what most gamers do, they have a lot of different memes going. If I have something as my thing, and I'm in all of those, I'm not allowed to use it just because of you? That's fucking nonsense.
No, not on the.
It's
BDA
not even
Discord. You can
Gonzalo.
do it
It's
somewhere
you.
else. You can do it on.
This is
not
you
on
though,
BDA
but it's
Discord.
you. It's literally your
I
opinion.
can ban people.
You.
Don't you understand that I can ban? We can ban whoever we want on BDA boxing.
You can ban whoever you want. I can
Alright.
copyright BDA Boxing Live for my material.
All right, well, go ahead and do that shit. You're not gonna like listen. I don't know what you wanted to tell you. Like, oh, okay,
Like-
because you can post whatever you want on your. By the way, you can post whatever you want on Discord profile pic, right?
I can post anything I want that isn't illegal.
Okay, it's illegal. Okay, so there's limits on Discord. Has their own limits.
Discord has
And
their
on
own
my
limits. Yeah.
Discord, on the Discord BDA boxing. What is it? That page? I don't know what the fuck it is called. I can ban whoever I want. All right.
Yeah, but you banned me
Okay.
wrongly. You banned me
Well,
wrongly.
that's
the thing.
difference of opinion.
No. It's a difference of opinion. You can ban me if you want. You can keep me off the panel if you want. I'm sure there are a lot of people who disagree with it. And that's
No,
perfectly
that's
fine.
fine. I mean, we're not all gonna agree on everything, right?
No, I mean, I will
Alright,
ask you to do
well,
one
we
thing.
agree.
I will ask you to do one thing for your sake. This is just for your sake. COP is coming out. I've gone through your thing. You need to edit out all of the colors on your thing because they're going to come for you. I was going to tell you that anyway,
The
but
what?
you haven't adhered to COPPA.
The what?
COPPA. Do you know what COPPA is?
No.
Okay, so it's the Community Online Protection Act Against Children, the Children's Online Protection Policy Act. And they're coming for people, and they're pretty much finding them 42,000 a video from January onwards because of YouTube. Now, you specifically, you have colors that are in purple which attract children. Even if you mark your content as not for kids, if you have a color that is for children, and purple is one of the 4 colors they've marked, and it's marked for not children, it'll be deemed representable to COPPA. So you're going to have to clean that shit up.
All right,
Which is
I'll
what
take
I
care of
think.
it. I'll read whatever they're trying to say and see if we're complying with their new rules.
That's the color of BDA. The
Yeah, I
purple
don't
one.
understand. So we can use purple now.
Can't use purple, orange, blue, or green.
Oh, that's weird. I'll check it out. That's seems a bit excessive. Let me check it out. But anyways, that was the thing. I didn't know Gonzalo didn't mind, and it was a
it's-
general rule.
yeah.
That's all I said.
But yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, and I'm not upset for the consideration. But look, uh, and I'm not upset at Mark. I didn't know what he posted. Me and him are cool. You and me are cool. But everybody, look, this was a UK Mexico rivalry. Okay, so obviously some of the British guys, they're gonna be elated. They're gonna be happy that their guy won. And if your guy it could be banter, whatnot, and they're gonna say, "Oh well, you're Mexican. You were talking about the Mexican guy. You lost, and it's cool." But like Duck in the chat is saying, "Oh well, me saying that Ruiz is a special fighter is like some fanboy shit." Yes, okay, maybe it is. Maybe I am a fan. It's not a sin. People need to relax sometimes. Just because you say some words, they take it too personal, where they really, really blow shit out of. Now, like you're saying, Bucho, it's not like I'm picking Ocampo against Spence. It's not a 50 fight, you know.
That's what I was saying. I don't know
They,
what some
they, they
people
went
are.
on Del Boy the other day because he was talking good about Wilder just a little bit. He made a video, like for
Oh yeah,
10
I saw
minutes.
it. Yeah.
And people went right at his throat. Why? Because he's from the UK and speaking about a black fighter. Now you can't say anything about anybody.
Yeah, some people are weird. Seriously. Like, I don't understand. And I don't even know if they're joking. Saint Brit says, Bucho, tell Gonzalo it's not the UK fans saying it's Mark, Doc, Shep, and Asi are not from the UK.
Hold on. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying. I just put the picture up. That's it. And I didn't even make the image.
I don't know. I think that you're laughing at Gonzalo for choosing or picking Ruiz.
I didn't even know what this was about. I just used the image because I didn't like you saying.
What was the meme you posted about? What did it say? I didn't even read it.
That's not the meme. Says Andy Ruiz is a special fighter, right? That's my profile picture. I didn't post the meme. Someone else made them. It's my profile picture. Go through the Discord. I didn't post any memes. I didn't say anything about Gonzalo.
Okay. So that's the meme, basically, people. It says that Gonzalo said Ruiz is a special fighter. And I think people are making fun of that. You know what? I think he's a special fighter because to be that fat and, have the abilities that he has, I think he's special. Is he a great fighter? I don't think so. It's my opinion. What did you mean by that, Gonzalo?
I basically was repeating what somebody else. I heard it somewhere. I don't usually like to do that, but that rang a bell with me. I mentioned it, kind of like the same thing you're saying, because he's a fat guy that's kind of he's short and he's got quick hands, to where he became world champion. And anybody that gains the title, okay, and becomes a unified heavyweight champion, for him being the first Mexican guy, that's pretty remarkable. Okay, that's pretty remarkable just for being a world champion in itself. Now, in the grand scheme of things, if you're like a boxing hardcore and you want to pick those words apart to where it's a little excessive, well, maybe it is, but it's just words.
All right. Well, there you have. Well, and some more people saying that you are. Well, we talked about this. Like, what do you guys think, Johnny Boy and Mark, that Gonzalo is a pro-Mexican, very pro-Mexican, and his predictions are based on whether a fighter is Mexican or not? Because that's the accusation that's been going around here. Okay. Nobody wants to answer that.
I mentioned there's two world champions from Tijuana. It's Luis Neri. I don't like him. I feel as BDA does the same way about his antics. And Munguia. He trains with Eric Morales. He's from TJ as well. And I'm not a big fan of him either.
Look,
so
I've
messaged with Gonzalo. Hometown, I don't like. It's crazy.
I've messaged with Gonzalo 101 times. God knows how many times. I've listened to the dude talk. I've seen him pick against hundreds of Mexican fighters.
Well, there you have it.
Hundreds.
Well, some people on Discord disagree with you, and we obviously disagree with Gonzalo. They believe that he's a
Isn't that the nature of the show? To have people who disagree. Otherwise, you're not going to get any views.
I'm not banning anybody based on that. I'm not saying I'm banning anybody. We're just having a discussion right now. You want to go back to talking about the pictures? That's something else. But I'm just mentioning what people have said about Gonzalo, and we're just gonna have a discussion on it. I'm not saying I'm gonna ban anybody based on that.
By the way, it's raining here. I don't know if that's interesting.
I didn't actually mention the word ban. I'm just
Well,
saying
what are you
that's the point.
saying? Why are you,
I'm
why are you stating the obvious? Obviously, we can say whatever we want
Yo,
on BDA Boxing.
Bucho, you're talking about people are disagreeing with him and making a joke about or whatever, or they're making fun of Gonzalo for being pro-Mexican. Yeah, people
Look,
also make fun of me for being a historian. People make fun of Johnny for being Italian. People make fun of you for having a lazy eye. It's part of the nature. of the whole
ACI, man.
thing.
Jesus Christ. My God. I was
Look,
on
there's
camera
this guy that
yesterday.
says,
I was on camera yesterday.
sorry,
Yeah.
there's this guy's raining really hard here. You can do it. His name is Corky. He says, Duck, we're all laughing at Gonzalo for picking Ruiz. Yes, we are all laughing. Okay, really? Did anybody know for sure that Ruiz was going to lose and AJ was going to win? That's what I'm saying. We're all laughing sounds kind of like hateful because Joshua won. Be happy for Joshua. Congratulations to him. For that guy to be saying, you can do it, Corky. Man, come on. Are you serious? That sounds fucking not cool. And he's calling me an alcoholic when I've been making an effort not to drink at all.
Who said that, though?
There's this guy, you can call it Corky. Talking about, we're all laughing. That makes no sense. Come on.
All right, some people are in the chat. We have to agree. When you have a lot of people anywhere, there's always weirdos and shit, so you gotta let those comments just brush off. Luke Peterson says, Ruiz training like Bucho's eye. Yeah, okay, I have a lazy eye. There you go. Which is not true.
Thank you for your contribution, Luke.
Yeah. Buddy says, damn, it's raining cats and lobitos in the Philippines. As he says, why can't I have my life, Bucho? Discrimination. I respect Gonzalo. Listen, Nancy, you're the one that's crying about Stu being on the show all the time. So hopefully we can get Stu later on.
As he's always here, watching.
Oh, yeah. He is.
The thing that I'm going to have to mention, and I'm going to, like, eat crow and speak about it, you know. I try to justify a little bit after the weigh-in where I was mentioning, yes, the sombrero, the extra clothes, the 7 pounds, which could kind of be logical when he came in 50 pounds extra. Okay, he did come overweight, and you said it well, Bucho. Yeah, he's a fat dude, and people had said it all along. What I was thinking, he's always been fat. He's still going to be able to perform. Obviously, that wasn't the case. He was lethargic, slow, and he underachieved. That's a fact. And I have to admit it.
My bad, fellas. I was doing some laundry. What's going on?
No,
yeah, but it's not so important because it's, look, I'm just one guy that has an opinion that's just coming on a platform and saying things. Yeah, that people are always gonna, like, you know, say, well, why'd you say that? It's not that big of a deal.
So what's going on?
I have no idea. We're all over the place.
Well, you know, Dylan White looked like shit. He gets his ass beat by Usyk, Ruiz, AJ, Wilder, and Fury. I don't want to hear anything else about fucking Lillian White. Fucking guy's got a gut sticking bigger out than mine. That fucking lumbering Polak he went to war with. He looked like dog shit. I don't want to hear nothing about Dillian White till he fights somebody again. Secondly, look, man, hey, hats off to AJ. The fat fuck put on more weight. He couldn't move. What was he supposed to do? Like I say, stand there and get hit? Stop. AJ ain't no Floyd Mayweather. Hawker, he looked like absolute dog shit. What's the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, and poor fucking Matt Korobov. Can you believe this shit? Poor fucking Korobov. I'm switching the cards here. Poor fucking Korobov. He gets robbed twice in a row, and then the poor bastard rips his shoulder off after he was scraping Eubanks for a fucking round and a half with left hands, the poor bastard. I feel real bad for Korobov. You know that? I mean, the poor fuck, he's gotten robbed in 2 straight fights, and then he rips his fucking arm off. You know?
I forgot about that card. Wait, what happened with Charlo? I didn't even watch that.
He won against Hogan. He stopped him.
Which round?
7.
It was a bum fight, Bucho. You didn't miss nothing.
It was garbage.
It was trash. Yeah.
It's actually worse than AJ Ruiz.
Yeah, it was bad. And then of course, after the fact, Charlo's pussy ass goes over here and fucking, I want to fight Jacobs. I want to fight Canelo. I want to fight. Well, quit pulling. You fought back-to-back cherry picks. You've pulled up two straight fucking 54-pounders who were half your size up on some Tank Davis shit, fighting all these little guys you're pulling up from a smaller weight class. And then you're, I want to fight fucking, these dudes 30 fucking years old, still hasn't fought anything. Fuck the Charlo sisters. Terrible PBC card. Typical trash from those cunts. And fucking, that's all I have to say about that fucking card. It was ass. It was ass juice. And poor fucking Korobov. My heart goes out to him. Other than that, fuck Charlo. And I don't give a fuck. What happened there? What was it? Povetkin Hunter was a good fight. Tight fight. I thought a draw was fair enough. It was close,
I had Hunter. Winning by 2 rounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I hit it 7-5 Hunter, but I wouldn't call it a robbery. It was I could live with the draw, And like I say, as far as Dylan White looked like shit. I mean, fuck, I could have landed about 45 punches on that big Polak guy. That fucking guy was just a lumbering fucking. He was a fucking Polish Primo Carnera. That guy.
It was a good fight, though. To be fair.
Oh yeah, Mark. It was a good fight. It was a good little scrap. Don't get me wrong.
Actually, one of the better fights on the card.
It was. It was. You are right, Mark.
It might be the second most competitive fight on the card.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it was probably the best fight on the card aside of Povetkin and Hunter. Good fight. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't look too good. So we'll see what happens. But he was gassing. He was getting the Polish kid was tagging him, and he didn't look too good. He was kind of, and somebody said that in my comments too. White's kind of has his hot and cold days. He's a hit or a miss. I agree. And then as far as the AJ fight goes, he played it smart. Wasn't very entertaining of a fight, but he played it smart and got the decision. So what the fuck are you gonna do? So that's my thoughts in a nutshell about everything last night.
Yeah, that Watch White fight, I had it kind of close too.
Wait, did you talk about the Povetkin fight?
The Povetkin fight, that was a close fight, but the Marquez Watch, the Polish guy versus Dillian White, that was a pretty close fight too. Like you guys were saying.
But listen, White, he had those UCAD issues that were trying to be resolved or were concluded, whatever, and then he kind of had like this fight at the last minute, I think, almost. So
well, Vac was training for a fight for the Monte Carlo card, which was last week, and they pulled him off that because Dillian, he was ready. They wanted to have Dillian on the Saudi card, so Dillian had 10 days notice. But Vac put on a good performance either way. Yeah, Dillian was definitely out of shape. We all know Dillian's about 20 pounds lighter than that. Oh,
go ahead, recognize.
Yeah, Dillian White looked like a fat fucking everything. He looked like every time he got hit in the stomach, he was farting.
Yeah.
Like every time he got hit, all you hear is.
Yeah, but making a big deal out of this now. Dylan White has no chance against Wilder. I mean, like he's not gonna show up the same way as he did.
Look,
like,
he's not gonna have 7 days notice.
I'm picking Wilder to beat him if they ever fight. I would take Wilder to beat him, but to say that because of that performance, it's like when you don't consider, when you never consider what happened to get to the fight. Like, remember, the guy was sort of in limbo when it comes to his status with the PED testing. He probably was, he's probably naturally a big man who puts on a lot of weight. That's the 270, I believe it was, that he came in. That he came into the ring is probably closer to the weight he normally walks around when he's not fighting. So, I take all that into consideration. Then he's fighting Walk. Walker has a beard, and he ain't look great. Anyway, he was kind of fat himself.
Yeah.
So, I take all that into consideration and say, look, he did okay considering the circumstances, right?
Yeah.
But when he goes in there against Wilder, and this is why I want to see the fight, he's going there to kill Wilder. I want to see somebody. I think Wilder would beat him. If you made me put my money on it, I think I'll take Wilder to beat him. But I would like to see somebody who's there to knock Wilder's head off.
Yeah.
He hates him. He can't stand him, and I want to see what Wilder does with that. I think the outcome is he wins that battle, but still, I want to see it.
Yeah.
And there's no way he's gonna be like that, like Johnny Boy said. He's not gonna be the guy that fought last night against Wilder.
No. He fucking. I'll tell you. You know who he doesn't have a. I'll tell you who he doesn't have a shot against. Usyk. Usyk's gonna fucking wreck all these motherfuckers, and I can't wait to see it. Tell him to grab. Hang on,
Johnny, you might not have to wait too long. I'm just saying, Usyk and Joshua has officially been ordered within the next 180 days by the WBO.
I seen
That's
that.
6 months. That's 6 months from now, Mark. So that means
I think they're vacating that belt.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. I was just gonna say, yeah, but Usyk fought 2 months ago. He's not gonna wait around for another 6 months to let AJ make up his fucking mind here. That's not gonna happen. He's gonna take
February.
Huh? Yeah, he's fighting in February. Yeah.
Look, it's kind of the best unknown secret, Johnny, already, right? So Matchroom currently have Usyk and Parker pretty much in the top of those rankings outside of Fury, right? But Fury's fighting Wilder, so he's removed from there. So what's going to happen is they're going to vacate that WBO. Joshua's going to fight Pulev in Cardiff, and they're going to keep the WBO in-house with Matchroom and have Parker fight against Usyk for the vacant. And then they're going to unify at the end of the year.
Mark, I love your breakdown because I was not arguing, but me and Stu kind of had a little disagreement. I would love to see AJ Usyk right away as a boxing fan, but I know that that's not the plan. Look, I'm not saying that Joshua's ducking Usyk. Usyk is a bit of a threat. Let him build a profile in the heavyweight division. Make that fight. That's a big fight. Let's say, like you said, Mark, it's a bit of a known secret that if AJ dumps the WBO, you got Usyk who could fight for the WBO versus Parker. Keep that an in-house fight. Usyk looks great against Parker. Let's say, assuming he beats Chisora, assuming he beats Parker, what is that going to do for the Wilder? For the AJ Usyk fight?
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge, exactly.
Well, I see happening.
Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me just say one thing, Mark, because I didn't finish what I was saying before. I was just going to say, I'll tell you what. From what I saw, of course, I'm not going to judge off of one fight, but from what I saw last night, he beats fucking White, he beats Povetkin, he beats AJ, and he beats Ruiz. I think he beats all fucking 4 of them. I say that comfortably.
I agree, Johnny. I say he outboxes all those guys.
I think his toughest test is actually going to be Parker, but
Parker's a sneaky motherfucker. He's pretty good.
Parker can box. Parker can actually really box. What I will say though is Usyk is going to fight Chisora in February. Worst kept secret in boxing.
I like that fight.
Then they're going to have the vacant in June, 4 months after that fight. Usyk's scheduled for 3 fights next year, according to Hearn. Joshua's going to fight in May or June against Pulev. Then they're going to do Usyk Joshua in November, December. If Usyk comes through Chisora and Parker for a unification. And that'll actually make AJ a 3x3 belt unified. That's what they're looking to do.
Yeah, that would be dope, man. Hope they whatever they do, just as long as they fight. That's all I want to see.
Yeah.
Usyk might have to stop Joshua. Because Joshua with
Win
that
on
reach,
points? He means
gonna,
win on points, right?
yeah, it's going to be hard for him to win on points. AJ's money is so big. It's just
I
so
know.
big. And for him
I
to
can't
go and
believe.
beat
I still
AJ,
can't believe he made $75 million for this fight.
is that pounds? I think that's 75 million pounds, man.
If that's 75 million pounds, we're talking about close to $100 million USD.
We're talking about Canelo going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's going to happen. You better believe it. That's going to happen.
I don't mind Saudi Arabian fight. Listen, having the main event at 4 p.m. Eastern time, pretty good.
Yeah, that was dope to me. I mean,
They have the rest of the night to do other stuff, man.
This, what's funny? This what me and the homeboys was saying last night when we was watching the fights. We're like, you know what, man? These 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon fights, it's straight, bro. Because when we got all night to fuck around after they get through with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm getting old, man. I used to be like drink all the time, like till the main event at midnight and so 11:30. Now I'm like, I can't do it, man.
Well, and plus they was trying. My boys was trying to watch the fucking Wisconsin-Ohio State game last night too. So they're like, I'll bet we're gonna watch the fucking fights and then we're gonna watch the football game. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't mind that.
No, the zone is they're pretty smart, and I think they're gonna get smarter in terms of scheduling fights as they go along, because so far they're doing a pretty good job. I mean, this is basically their first year, right? Like didn't they start early 2019 or late 2018?
I'm not sure, but for boxing, yeah, for
28.
sure it's been.
When was Pavek and
2018.
AJ? 28. Pavek and AJ was 2018 because that was the fight before. That was the debut fight for the zone. So that was 2018. Because Ruiz was his next fight after Povetkin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct.
And that was this year.
Yeah, that was in September of 2018, so late 2018.
Yeah.
Blue
Yeah,
collar
so I mean,
what a
they did
way-
pretty good job, being that they only been out that long. Boxing wise, I'm talking about.
Del Boy is saying AJ should stay at his weight point blank, period.
I actually agree.
240
I
or a little under?
238.
237 to 240 for AJ is
I think
it's peak. That's because he can move. He still has power on his jab. He still has power on the right hand when he lets it go.
And he still looks solid.
He
Right?
does.
Instead of the big round biceps, he had the long, strong biceps.
They're still kind of big, man. The biceps, though.
They are
they're
big,
still
but at the
big.
same point, they're heavy. Do you know what I mean? There was that heavy when he caught Ruiz with that right hand right above the eye. That thing just opened.
Yeah, and because it had, you know why, Mark, he had
Speed
on it. Yeah. And I was impressed of how fast he was in terms of, look, I'm not happy with the fight in terms of the safety first. I mean, listen, it's the way he's going to approach it. Who are we to say how to fight? But when he showed his moments when he would plant his feet from, moving around laterally and throw punches, it came fast and it came strong. I'm telling you, I know people, and I wouldn't doubt it either. Okay, I know people are like, Deontay Wilder's going to kill him. He might. But if Deontay Wilder cannot land first, AJ's going to box his head off if he fights like that.
I actually, be honest with you, with AJ fighting like that and Wilder chasing him, like Wilder can knock him out. We all know that. I think that fight may now favor AJ because I can see AJ landing first now, and when he lands, unlike Ruiz, Wilder won't take those shots.
Well,
Yes.
and plus on top of that too, Joe, he now he got a little confidence back up in himself because he just beat the dude that knocked him the fuck out too. So
Exactly, Johnny. That's
you are. I mean,
Avenging a defeat like that, whatever way you do it, you deserve plaudits because that was a bad defeat.
Mark, we was talking before the fight, and like we was just saying that, like, yo, if you jump right back in there with the dude who just beat your ass, you got some balls, and you deserve some kind of props for it. Same thing with when Kovalev fought Alida Alvarez that second time. Like, homeboy just smoked you, and you jumped right back in there with him and boxed his head off. You deserve some props, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying he should have just sat and fought Andy in the pocket. Like, that's a suicide mission. He's not that type of fighter. He shouldn't be doing that. You don't go to your weakest strength to fight your opponent's best strength.
Hindsight 2020, you know what I think he should have did? I thought when instead of using the lateral movement that he was using, he should have cut down on that, planted, and land some harder shots. But look, this is what I would say. Remember, the guy just knocked him out. That's easier said than done. Put yourself in his shoes and you just get knocked out by a guy that you're fighting again, and see if the nerves are not going to be there, every time he swings a punch. It's easier said than done. And I think when you consider all that, look, he made the fight boring. So therefore, I wasn't like totally happy with the fight, but I understand why he fought that way.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, as a fan, hindsight 2020, plant your feet a little bit more. As his trainer, do that again every time you get into the ring with him.
Yeah.
Because you're always gonna get the W.
Yeah, because
anytime he planted his feet, those were the only moments Ruiz caught him. And when he caught him, he was hurting him.
The leaner Joshua is much faster than a lot of these heavyweights.
Yeah, and even if he sits down on his punches to exchange with somebody, he's still a power puncher. He's not like a Floyd Mayweather. It doesn't have the pop when he gets caught inside the pocket, and when you're going to trade punches inside his wheelhouse, you're still in danger of getting countered yourself because he's a power puncher, Joshua.
Now, let me bring up something to you guys. There's something that I thought about right after the fight. AJ just got the belts back. He's on top of the world, whether you like it or not, in terms of his status, right? He's got the belts back. People are talking. He's the big money man, and he's going to be calling a lot of shots. There's a guy who's from his country that plays a rival. That would be Tyson Fury. We all know Tyson Fury is a guy of motivation, right? What motivates him? Well, AJ is he's back on top of the world. Wilder, you better be careful in this rematch because now there's some type of incentives.
I was just gonna say that.
For a guy like Fury,
because
his main rival. Remember, everybody's main rival usually ends up being the hometown guy, right? For obvious reasons. Okay, it's the reason why a lot of wars happen. It's usually within your backyard. Okay, so there's a rival going on between them two, and AJ's back on top of the world. Who wants to share that spotlight? Who wants to take over that spotlight?
Let me tell you,
Tyson Fury's victory over Wilder, if it's a dominant victory, that would supersedes AJ's performance against Ruiz.
And it's also along those lines, he wants to pick up the belts because he's the uncrowned champion that doesn't have the belt. That must be bugging him to say I'm world champion, the lineal guy, but I don't have any belts. So he wants to pick up that WBC and want to go with something to bargain for in that fight with Joshua and collect all of them.
Well, here's the thing.
It's all said and done.
Here's the thing. Tyson Fury, in a way, holds claims to Joshua's belts anyway because Tyson never lost those belts in the ring. He never did. And he'll hold that over Joshua as well. So if he goes and beats Wilder, he's going to say, I've been lineal, I've been unified, I've held every belt in the division. You have to come see me.
Yeah, that Klitschko win when was that? When Fury beat Klitschko?
2015.
That's getting
November
old.
2015.
That shit's getting old. Like it's now becoming a one win that happened a long time ago. Joshua's been putting on the work. Yeah, like fuck that, man. Joshua, say what you want, Povetkin, White, Parker on his record, now Ruiz. He's the man.
Most definitely, including Klitschko, and most definitely. But the thing about it is, you can tell that Joshua he's the type of guy who wants to be seen by everybody as the number one. You seen how much it meant to him calling himself 2-time, calling himself the champ again, that he's at the top of the world. It means something to him. And if Tyson Fury says those things to him, you know it's going to etch at Joshua. It's going to piss him off.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to see, because I think the culmination of all of these guys, if Fury beats Wilder, Fury will fight Joshua. I don't see Wilder doing it, but I see Fury doing it, because that dude, he's the same way as Joshua. He wants to be viewed as the number one, and he looks at Joshua as the guy the British fans alienated him for when he went over and beat Klitschko.
Yeah.
He looks at it that way. Whether we want to say it's getting old, that's how he views it. That's how he views it.
Yeah. This is what I think. Recognize just dropped the fucking key word right there. He's incentive. He's got the. Because I was just gonna say that, bro. Look, bro. Now he's like, now Fury's probably thinking, okay, so if I fucking, if I'm gonna get a killing for this Wilder rematch, if I go in there and fucking smash dude up and not get clipped at the end like I did in the last time, then this fucking fight between AJ is gonna be gigantic, bro. You know what I mean? So it's
that in the UK will shut down England. It will shut it down.
I'm saying, bro, and that's gonna, like recognize, so that's gonna add a lot more incentive to Fury getting past Wilder.
Yes.
So,
now he's gonna go in there motivated for that fight, because look, if you want war with the self-proclaimed or the fans proclaiming the king of your country, right? You outshine him. That's what you do, right? Now, if you're part of the same team, if you know the 48 laws of power, you don't outshine the master. But in this case, Fury is not on Team AJ's side. He's there to cause problems. He's there
and stop. But the whole fighting on the back foot style mixed fight wouldn't benefit him against Fury, in my opinion.
No, you're probably right. I'm not talking about the tactical style. I would probably pick Fury to win right now, if I had to pick between the two. But in terms of wanting beef, wanting the problems, wanting to instigate, what better way than to go in there and school the shit out of Wilder, make him doubt, and then call out AJ and be like, you know what I would do if I was Fury? Even though I don't think it's true, but I would say, I just knocked out the guy you avoided.
Right.
He will say that. He will say that. I've cleaned up your mess because you're a pussy. That's what he'll say.
Right. Exactly. That's how you start problems. That's how you start.
That's the fight to be had, but also it's like this fight between Wilder and Fury. The winner's gonna move on to that big money fight against Joshua. If Wilder wins, he's gonna be in the $100 million payday. But that can also be said for Fury.
Can I throw a big spanner in the works though? Right? You've got Fury and Wilder. If Fury beats Wilder, easier said than done. Easier said than done. If he does beat him, he can get that fight with Joshua. But there's a massive spanner in the works. Joshua has to fight Usyk next year.
That's right.
Yeah, let's see if official's mic works. Official, go ahead. Official on mute. Yep. Hello. Oh, there's no echo. But we can't hear you. Oh, shit.
Build the fucking wall.
There's an echo.
Yo. Nah, man, it's not working, man.
Hello, my friend.
What
the fuck is going on?
Nah, because we're trying.
Hello, my friend.
He has issues getting into Discord. So, fuck, I don't know, man.
Was that official?
Hello, my friend. Hello.
Whoever did that to official is a piece of dog shit.
Yes.
I'm 99% sure it was either me, Johnny, or Bucho. It was one of us.
No, bro, hell no. First of all, I'm a hairy motherfucker.
Johnny Boy bleaches
That's
his
all
ass,
I'm gonna
man.
say. But I ain't that bad.
He eyes bleaching.
Yeah.
That shit was disgusting, man.
I was gonna say, to what Mark was saying, I think they would get rid of that WBO belt because it'd be a safer thing to make the Wilder the Wilder Joshua or the Fury Joshua fight in the end of 2021, right? So
I'm gonna bet that too, Gonzalo. I'm gonna bet that. I think they let the WBO go. What Mark said earlier to me is spot on. That's exactly what I was thinking. They'll take their chances with Pulev in the IBF defense. And if AJ, if Wilder, listen, whoever wins, whoever wins between Wilder and Fury, especially if it's Fury, that's an easy fight to make, and that's going to be a lot of money. That's a
I
big
can see that
fight.
happening too, but I have a funny feeling Eddie Hearn's going to keep it in-house, and at the end of 2020, it'll be Usyk Joshua. That's my own prediction. And then they'll look in the summer for 2021 against the winner of Wilder Fury.
No, I agree with that. That's very probable because it's easier in the Eddie Hearn grand scheme of things. It's just easier.
And even if Joshua loses, he can still have an undisputed with Usyk.
I like how Wilder's talking like he's fucking shitting on AJ's win, but like you fucking sucking your own dick from beating a 73-year-old fucking man over here. Come on, bro.
AJ just beat a unified heavyweight champion.
Yeah. Let's think about that for a second, okay? Look, AJ's career, and Mark would appreciate this because he's a historian. Most of us aren't here, follow boxing very well. He's already completed as a champion, as a fighter, everything. He's been world champion. He's been a unified world champion. Okay, he started off with one belt, then beat a ex-king in the heavyweight division in Vladimir Klitschko. Won a couple of more belts, lost it, got it back from the same guy who beat him. Dude, that's a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah,
that is the very definition.
It's mimicking the guy who shits on him the most as well in Lennox.
Yeah, good point.
If there's anybody that we know should know this, is Lennox Lewis, because Lennox Lewis got his ass knocked out twice. Okay, as great as he was, and don't get me wrong, Lennox Lewis was great, and he probably would have beat the shit out of AJ in his prime. Okay?
Prime for prime, I've got Lennox.
Yeah, by a landslide, okay? He probably beats him. So he should know this, that even him, who got his ass knocked out by Oliver McCall, a guy who's literally a drug addict, okay, always has been.
Yeah.
And a guy in Hasim Rahman, who was a fringe contender. He was a guy you can't sleep on, but he wasn't the best at the same time.
Well, before he beat Lewis, Oleg Maskoyev knocked out Hasim Rahman.
Yeah,
oh my God, he knocked him out of the ring. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember this. Let me say this. I'll say this right now. I mean, I would favor Lewis if the two of them was to fight, but in my opinion, Ruiz is a lot better of a fighter than Rahman and Oliver McCall. In my mind.
Agree.
Yeah.
Debatable.
Nah, I don't think so.
Debatable.
I say they would have had a chance to beat Ruiz, but boxing skill wise,
But Rahman didn't do shit.
Ruiz beats those guys.
Yeah, Rahman. I mean, this guy. How good was Rahman actually? Like in that rematch against Lennox, he didn't do shit, man.
Well,
then
because
again,
what happened
neither
was
did Ruiz, right?
Lennox proved. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, because I know you guys gave your ages and you guys were pretty young, and this was like going on 20 years ago. You have to remember, when Rahman knocked him out, Lennox Lewis was making excuses. Nobody believed him. You do realize that they were calling him, oh, this is typical. There was that anti-British media coverage over here. It's always been that way, against foreigners. Oh, he can't take his loss like a man. He lost. Now he didn't take it serious. Lennox Lewis has always been a bullshitter. All that stuff. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff. They hated Lennox Lewis in the States. Hated him. They like him now because he's on Wilder's side. But I'm telling you, they hated him like they hated AJ. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it gets especially worse now with social media, that the pressure's everywhere.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there wasn't any social media back then.
So he lost to he knows what it's like to get his ass knocked out. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He knows what it's like, and with one punch. Unlike AJ he had to go down a few times for him to get the fight started. He got dealt with one punch, and that was it. He was out. So Lennox should know better.
Yeah.
That's it.
In regards to Rackman, by the way, against Ruiz, like Ruiz, he got that he had the fight with Parker and lost, right? And his best win is AJ, and we know Rackman's best win is Lennox Lewis. I'd say Rackman's better because he beat Corey Sanders before Corey Sanders fought Vladimir and Vitaly. And
He did.
Rackman, he also got a split draw. He got a split draw with David Tuitt.
And then remember the first fight, David Tuitt knocked him out.
Yeah, that's true, but he
There's
did
no
get
shame
the
in
draw
that. There's no
against Tuitt.
shame in that. There's no shame in that, though.
Being stopped by David Tuitt? No.
No.
All right, people in the chat keep asking what's gonna happen with the WBO belt.
It's gonna get vacated.
It's gonna get
I
vacated.
agree with Mark. Yep.
It's gonna get vacated. They're gonna have Parker versus Usyk, unless something very specific happens. So if you look at Daniel Dubois right now, right, he's just below Parker in those WBO rankings, but he's fighting Fujimoto, and they've got the WBO Intercontinental on the line or something, or the International. One of the WBO belts are on the line. So he could go ahead of Parker because he's one place below him. And if that's the case, Usyk could have to fight Daniel Dubois for the vacant. That's if Frank lets Daniel go into that fight.
Or you can file the proper paperwork if there is some with the WBO to get an extension because unification bouts take precedence. But it all depends on that sanctioning body.
Right. So it's unification bouts over mandatory.
Yeah, but the problem it's not about a unification belt in this situation. It's about the WBO mandatory versus the IBF mandatory.
Well, within the within the 180 days on February 22nd, you got that fight that's happening. Depending on that fight in February, you're still within the time frame to fill in the paperwork before the 6 months have expired.
Okay, but hold on. What's AJ gonna? What's his excuse gonna be for dropping the WBO belt?
I had to make a choice. That's what he's gonna say.
His excuse is going to be this. Well, it's kind of going to be what everyone already knows. Eddie Hearn is going to say that it was easier for them to drop the WBO belt and let their fighters fight for it between Parker and Usyk, and let AJ fight against Kubrat Pulev. They're going to use Kubrat Pulev as the excuse to say that they were meant to fight him and he pulled out, so they wanted to have that fight, so they wanted to give him the shot. That's going to be the excuse. They wanted to give him the shot that he never got when he had earned it, and he's the longest standing mandatory in the division.
Yeah,
that's going to be
the best excuse they come up with. Like the people are gonna see through that shit, right? So
yeah, but it's not a duck. It's not a duck though. It's literally politics. This isn't a duck. They're dropping the WBO belt, Bucho, so that they can have their fighters fight for it in house, and they can keep the belt in their stable.
Yeah, but people want to see AJ against a tough opponent, right? And Pulev, sure, was a mandatory whatever, but now Usyk's in the picture now. So people want to see Usyk against AJ. So
and people will complain about it like they always do until the end of the year when AJ fights against Usyk anyway in a unification for the WBO, WBA, IBF titles when Usyk has the WBO belt.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking on February, AJ would wait. He'd probably take a tune-up in between or fulfill a mandatory for the titles that he already does have. But he would wait for the winner of that fight because that would be the $100 million fight that everybody's been wanting in the heavyweight division. They just have to file the paperwork before the 6 months expire. Maybe.
We just had a $100 million fight in the heavyweight division.
I just got my.
That's right.
I just got my paperwork checked out before I go to the can here.
But as far as a 50-50, where they would split the purses in between, obviously one guy would get bigger money. Maybe more than $100 million fight. I don't know. Record breaking?
What?
All I know is that from what I hear, there's a rematch clause in Wilder Fury. From what I've seen and heard.
Right. There's a third.
Oh, dear God.
So if that's the fight, it allows AJ to have 2 fights next year with his 2 mandatories. Well, then
that's
2
the
fights.
safeguard. That's the safeguard, Mark. So let's say, for instance, I this is what I think about the Wilder AJ. Wilder Fury third fight rematch clause. So let's say Fury goes in there and wins because they know from the last time it could go all wrong again for them. At this time, Fury gets the nod, right? So if Fury does that, he's gonna obviously be tempted by the AJ fight, and he's gonna start playing his options. So the third fight would be like this. Let's say Fury says, "Nah, not interested, bro." Okay, WBC gets stripped. That brings Wilder back into the game, even if he loses. You get what I'm saying? So let's say he loses a tough fight, a good fight. It goes 12 rounds. He loses on the scorecards. Markability wise, he's not really hurting himself that bad. At least not in the long term. So he exercises the third fight. If Fury says not interested, bro, the WBC gets stripped. Goes back to Wilder. Wilder fights some can, beats him by knockout, and he's back in the picture again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he get more respect. If you take a tough fight and lose, Wilder get more respect. And he was already prepping for that. He was saying that many fighters have come back from losses. And I agree, he needs to take the tough fight, win or lose.
And also, remember, Eddie Hearn's a good spinner of words. So Eddie Hearn's going to say, well, Usyk only had one fight a heavyweight, and we wanted to let him climatize to the weight and have a fight against a tougher level of opposition before putting him in with AJ, so there'd be less excuses. So that's what they're going to do. So, i.e. Parker or Chisora to prove himself in the heavyweight division.
Ain't gonna be no.
It's smart.
Ain't gonna be no excuses. Uzyk's gonna beat the fuck out of AJ. But all right.
But you know what? By seeing how Hunter performed, he looked a little bit light in the ass, and this guy, he gave Usyk a good fight. Wouldn't you guys agree? And Povetkin ain't that big.
I thought, you want to know something? I have no problem with the decision being a draw. Now, this is just me watching the fight. Maybe I got to watch it again.
Yeah.
I thought I edged it for Povetkin. It's a close fight. I thought he hit him with the better shots overall. He was competitive just about every round. He got rocked himself too, but I thought he pulled it off.
This is what I thought about that fight. I'm would recognize, like I say, I didn't have a problem with being a draw. I thought I had a 7-5 Hunter, but it was one of them fight. It was close, right? It was a close fight. Like Hunter started off strong. He won the first couple rounds and he won the last couple rounds, and then the middle, Povetkin had a good run. It was a close fight, bro.
It was.
Yeah.
I had the same score, Johnny, just the other way around. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, 7-5 one way or the other, 6 apiece.
Yeah, if the ropes wouldn't have held them up, he would have got knocked down. That would have been the deciding factor.
In the chat, Magic Man saying that apparently the Ruiz versus AJ rematch broke Sky Sports boxing pay-per-view records, so it was over 1.2 million pay-per-view buys, and it broke the zone viewing records as well, apparently according to Eddie Hearn. Oh.
Yeah. This turned out to be the biggest fight of the year.
Yeah.
I heard that this pay-per-view is projecting way over 1 million pay-per-view in the UK. Like, projecting way over.
This is probably like 2.5.
Yeah, maybe
no, it's not doing nearly double Klitschko. It's not
combined,
doing nearly.
Combined in the world?
Oh, combined, yeah, maybe combined, but I'm just talking
combined
about
in the
like,
world
in
is probably, and I think that's what I think that's how they read Wilder's numbers against Ortiz. They took around the world.
It took like a week to get those numbers out. So is AJ the A side again?
Of course he is.
Of course, bro. Bro, listen. He just did a fucking million more pay-per-view buys than Wilder versus that bum-ass motherfucker from the nursing home. Bro, he come on, man. He's got all the titles. He's got all the titles. He's got all the resume. That motherfucker's got everybody on the resume. Everybody in the top 8 aside of fucking Fury and Wilder himself. He got everybody in the top fucking 8. He got Povetkin, White, Parker, what's his face there? He beat the old king, like one of y'all said before. And now he's got Ruiz, bro. So come on, bro. Fuck.
Who has more endorsements? More endorsements? Who's been offered more endorsements? Excuse me.
AJ is endorsed by fucking. He's sponsored by fucking Beats, fam.
Yeah.
Okay, so think about it like this. It's obviously he's being offered more endorsements than Deontay Wilder, right? If I had to bet, I guarantee you he's being asked to market their stuff more than Wilder. They just take the raw numbers of what AJ does versus Wilder. There's a clear A side. This fight gets made if Wilder and Fury, whoever wins that fight, if Wilder comes out of that fight, the fight is going to be made on what AJ is willing to give up. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you can't get it through this dumbass's head. He's not the A side. He can't carry an A side. If you let him, he can't sell the fight himself. You gonna let this bumbling dumb idiot speak for you?
Bro,
He's
check
gonna
this
ruin
out.
everything. They won't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, check this out, bro. He got the Dr. Dre headphones or whatever the fuck they are. He got them. He got the fucking Under Armour fucking fatigue on. So he got some sponsors. Wilder got fucking Mississippi Burning and Alabama Oil on his fucking sponsors. Come on, man.
He got the LDBC who doesn't buy his fights.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, bro. They gotta get together. About a dozen of them all put $550 together to buy that motherfucker to begin with. So
300,000 pay-per-view buys. That's what Wilder generated supposedly. No, according to the LDBC, the numbers that came out, like Jimmy said, that didn't have any
138, 150. Come on.
And then
man,
the LDBC
please.
started saying 300,000. It's like, man, are you kidding
Remember,
me,
the
man?
person that reported this said he had an anonymous source.
Yeah.
Anonymous source. That means nothing.
No.
That means nothing at all. Rick
AJ's
Laser
back.
put
That's
this.
the point. That's the end of it. AJ's back. He's the A side. He's gonna fight in England next. Feel the O2 arena is gonna be full, or wherever he chooses to fight. It's the comeback of the champ. Wilder on the other side, well, he has to fight Fury, and hope that the numbers are great. And Fury's gonna sell that fight, by the way.
It's Fury that makes that fight.
Yeah,
Fury
again.
he brings in the pay-per-views.
And regarding Fury and Wilder, let me just say this one thing. I'm still not convinced that fucking rematch is even happening yet. I'm still
that's
not.
Another thing too. Is it confirmed?
Recognize. Bruh, I'll believe it when I start seeing some press conferences, some autographs on the fucking paperwork.
You're right.
Thank you.
And some shit like
February,
that.
man. Yo, that's in February.
Yeah, I'm saying, that's supposedly it's in February, so that's what 2 months and some change
22nd.
away, Bucho.
No, that's
Hold on.
I just want to say something real quick, Johnny. 2 weeks is 9. 2 months is 9 weeks, and then on the 22nd is an extra 3 weeks. So that's like 13 weeks total. 12, 13 weeks. Yeah.
So
But
should
check
they do
this
it
out.
now? Announce it and everything, and
Yeah, check this out, bro. Check this out. I'm still not convinced that shit's. It's not official. It's not official. That's just what they're saying. It's all February 22nd. So that's just a date floating up in the fucking air. As of right now, that don't. And I got a feeling somebody's gonna stub their fucking toe on a kitchen counter spraying for ants. Probably Wilder. And then they're gonna say, "Oh well, we'll make that motherfucker."
but that's the
April or May.
best date though, because according to Bob Arum, that date is after the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, and before the NCAA whatever.
No,
football.
it would be. I think it would be the day before the Super Bowl because it'd be on Saturday, and then Super Bowl Sunday would be Sunday.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
If
Where
it's
you
February
get a lot of.
22nd, it'll be it would be 3 weeks removed from the Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah, so it's far away from the Super Bowl, so that's good.
Right. What you want to stay away from.
And then
but that's
go
but
ahead.
that's the whole point, that you want to use the advertisement for people that are gonna watch the Super Bowl when you kick off the promotion, that they're gonna watch the commercials for the fight that's gonna happen a couple weeks later.
That's the way you do it. That's right.
And Gonzalo, that would be when football's in playoff time too. Everybody watches the fucking playoffs for football. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So they could go up in there, first couple rounds of the playoffs, they got all these fucking advertisements for the big fight because everybody's going to be watching football anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll see,
same demographics, kind of. Yeah.
Well,
the last 10 Super Bowls has averaged over 100 million views.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's the best date. They can't postpone it. I mean, if they postpone it, it's gonna have to be after the Super Bowl and everything. So we're gonna be landing in May, June, maybe. Yeah, like,
You know what? All I want. Check this out. All I want is Lomachenko to fight in April, and I want Pacquiao to beat the shit out of Danny in April because I'm both around my birthday, and they're my two favorites. So that's what I want to see. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
But they did come out, Johnny, and say, you guys, that the fight is signed. It's supposed to take place.
Let me see your paperwork. Let me see your paperwork, bro. You might be a diddler. I don't trust you.
I think they're debating on where the location. I think they mentioned was Las Vegas. There was another weird one though. I forgot. But yeah, the location is what maybe it's.
Well, it's still a ways away. That's 13 weeks starting from next year. And then how many weeks we got in this year? 3 or 4?
Yeah.
3? That's
Yeah,
about
3.
16, 17 weeks left. That's a long time.
So the only fight I'm gonna be missing because I'll be in there for 2 weeks or whatever. The only fight I'm gonna be missing is Tank Davis versus fucking Luis Ortiz's nephew. So I'm good.
Oh yeah.
So one of the greatest fights.
Yeah, bro. I'm just gonna fucking tang myself. I don't see that one.
Can I ask a question? Are y'all okay with this for next year? Are y'all cool with Usyk versus Chisora in February? Then Usyk versus Parker for the vacant in June. And then Usyk versus Joshua at the end of the year when Joshua fights Pulev. And Wilder fights Fury twice next year, or fights Fury and one of them fights Dillian White next year. Are y'all cool with that schedule?
I'm cool with that schedule.
I'd be loving it if that was it. I'm
I
cool.
ain't gonna
think
get
that's
my
the
hopes
schedule.
up, but I will be happy if that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because if you guys are talking about the rematch being in the contract for Fury against Wilder, so then that rematch would have to take place when, like November, stuff like that. So basically, Wilder and Fury would have only 2 fights.
I would say in September, and then the winner of them would end up fighting against Dillian White in next February, and
Like
then
2021.
hold on, and then in summer of 2021, undisputed.
Fuck. So we're not getting an undisputed champion for a long time here.
Well,
At
it's
least-
kind of the state of the politics of the belts at the moment that fuck it all up because of the IBF. Because the IBF don't care about undisputed or unification. They're the one thing where unification doesn't trump mandatory.
Yeah, because at one point in time, you would have to split the belts anyways. Because if one guy gets all the belts, the guy that beats that guy or retains it is still one guy that's holding everything in the pocket. And if the guy that is not as big as Joshua gains all the belts, how are they going to be making their money? They got to split them up to collect their sanctioning fees. If you're Joshua and you're holding all the belts, yeah, the sanctioning bodies can be paid off and make good money. But if you're not that big of a name, given he loses, that's the thing.
Well, they just go with Joshua. He's a big name. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but then you would still have to fulfill mandatories for everybody for like the 3 major belts and the other one.
So
I don't. But that's why. Do you think somebody can remain undisputed because?
yeah, I think so, man. I think so. Just gotta get rid of Wilder. He's the one that's fucking everything up, to be honest. Because he's without him in the PBC.
Because once you become undisputed, like Crawford and who's the other guy, Usyk, you abandon the titles because you're looking to move up. But in the heavyweight, when you gain all the titles, you achieve something by doing that. But can you keep defending all the titles? When have we seen that before?
Klitschko
I'm not saying that you can't.
Klitschko kind of did it. Vladimir.
Klitschko? Okay.
Yeah. By the way, Ruiz should be fighting Glowacki, in my opinion, next.
Who?
Glowacki, the
Who's
Polish
fighting?
guy.
Who's fighting Glovak?
No, I said Ruiz should, like, in my opinion, he should fight. Like, that would be a great fight.
Konatsky.
Konatsky. Oh, what's his
Oh,
name?
Konatsky.
I get confused with the cruiserweight there. Nowacki.
There's Krzysztof
Kalnacki.
Blavatsky
I don't know.
and
Yeah.
Adam Kovnatsky.
Yeah.
Nowacki. Yeah, there you go. How do you even pronounce his name?
Kalnacki, I think. Kalnowski.
Kovnatsky.
Kovnatsky.
Konatsky, yeah.
That's as close as you're gonna get because W like in Poland is V, like Vak.
Kovnas.
Yeah, like just like
Yeah.
Glowacki would be Glovatsky or Glowatsky or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
Wow, what is Marcel? The guy that fought the guy that fought
Whack,
Whack.
Markius,
They call they actually pronounced it with like a V.
Whack 100
Yeah, Whack 100.
or Whack
Kovnas.
1000. Oh yeah, and by the way, me mentioning about the whole undisputed, I was just wondering. I don't know. I was just throwing that out there. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we get a undisputed. I don't care about a lineal champion. Whatever. Fuck the belts. The belts are gonna get dispersed again. You're right. But at least to get like a lineal champion, that'd be great.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be people in the mix, especially when you got a cash cow like Anthony Joshua. Everybody's gonna want to get their piece in. So they're gonna have a lot of claims. You're gonna always have Tyson Fury until maybe Wilder beats him. Because if Wilder beats him, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm the lineal." I am the lineal, and maybe he has a claim to that.
Yeah, that whole lineal thing is kind of, now that you said whack, it's kind of whack itself.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like who's the real king? And they have a war.
Because he
War of the
tested
Roses.
positive, right? Fury tested positive. Even if he was the lineal, he would still lose it because he failed the test.
Well,
Who
I mean,
did?
also let's not forget he was like out for 3 years.
Yeah, well, Fury, he retired under the.
Yeah.
He retired under the guise that he was just retiring, but really he got suspended or he tested positive to where he didn't get penalized because he retired.
Right. Correct.
Something like that, right?
Well, he said he retired because he needed some rest.
Yeah, but he retired but he tested positive at the same time, so I don't think he got punished. Because that was a good thing to do. I'm retired. Don't punish me until everybody forgets about it. But then you cannot also claim that you're the lineal because you should have got punished because you tested positive. So would you would lose all your honors?
That was for the rematch against Vladimir Klitschko.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like I said, at this point, that Vladimir Klitschko win happened a long time ago, and Fury should stop claiming he's a lineal. I mean, it just I used to defend Tyson Fury. It's like, he's a lineal champion, but now it's like, listen, Joshua is doing better things than you now.
Yeah,
So,
I got to agree with Lucho there.
The thing is,
been
fans have never decided who the lineal champion is. The lineal's always been about who the champion actually was. This number 1 and 2 fighting in the division only kind of happened with Klitschko. It was always the guy who was the number 1. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it started with the world champion.
True.
Yeah,
right.
that man who beat the man crap is bullshit. Because if that's the case, then lineal never existed. Because guys back in the 1900s, they lost to guys in non-title fights.
Right.
And people need to remember that. So
Yeah.
Let's not forget,
the lineal belt wasn't a make-believe belt. The lineal belt was the world championship. That's what it was. And then it went on to being the undisputed champion. And it was always undisputed up until fucking Klitschko.
Johnny
So
Dundee.
we go back to the belts. That's the only thing that's actually and
until someone gathers every belt, nobody's lineal.
and if you think about lineal, and if you're gonna go by the man who beat the man, then you would have to like really do some research and understand that Rocky Marciano was never beaten, so he never lost his lineal. Right?
No, I know. Yeah, the lineage
Then
is
you got
broken,
Lennox
basically.
Lewis, retired lineal champion. So it's like,
Yeah, exactly. Lennox retired as a champion, as a lineal champion.
Look, if that's the case, Jeffrey's retired lineal.
yeah. So you see how like
There's no lineal
stupid that whole thing is. The
I
man
mean, he came back and got beat by Johnson, so that you could say that may have signified a new one. But then again, Johnson lost to Willard, and Willard lost to Dempsey, and Dempsey lost to Tunney, and Tunney retired. So you could officially say that lineal ended with Gene Tunney.
Listen, Gene Tunney's still the undisputed lineal champion of the world. I don't want to hear something. He's been reigning for 93 years. Don't want to hear nothing about
That
it.
was close, Johnny. That was a close guess.
I know. I
Actually,
was ballpark.
Well, actually, technically, when he won the title was 1926, so you're right. But like when he retired was 1928.
Mhm.
So 93 or 91 years. You can yeah. He's held the belt for 93 years since he first won it.
My grandpa was a big Gene Tunney fan just because he was in the Marines, and so was my grandpa.
Where was this on the trivia competitions?
Revolution.
93 years. What a fucking guess. Jesus.
Yeah, my grandpa was a big Gene Tunney guy.
Mm.
We
Yeah,
have to end
nah.
the show now. Gonna go.
All right, boys.
Thank you for
Peace.
joining us, everybody in the chat, everybody in the panel.
Peace,
Yeah.
everybody.
Peace out.
Yeah. Thanks, Mucho, for whatever you said, and Mark as well. It's no hard feelings. This is just boxing. I enjoyed talking to you guys. Recognize as well.
Hey.
Cool dudes,
Gonzalo,
cool dudes.
are you-
Mark, go back to the
Shout out to Johnny.
Discord thing.
Yeah.
Mark, go
I'm
back
on
to
Discord.
Discord.
I'm already on it. I
We're on
already
the
got back
BDA.
in.
I think I kicked you out, man. So,
No, I already rejoined.
oh, okay,
To all,
there you go.
to all the good people, peace, and to all the degenerates out there that I don't like. You know what I always have to say? Go fuck yourself.
All right, there you go.
And my catchphrase. Always remember when you go water skiing or have sex with prostitutes to bring a towel.
Keep that in mind, people. All right, guys, take care. Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us. Quick shout outs: Nes Mendoza, Reality Voice, Grievous, Johnny M, the Mr. Coxie, of course, Grievous, Buddy Aces. Who else? SSB 28, Lion Bar. Jesus, I'm going through the Don Man, Magic Man, James Wood, Stephen Lawler, GB Boxing. I think it's Golden Boy Boxing. Jesus Christ. Guys, thank you for joining us. Probably we'll do another show later on. So stay tuned on BDA Boxing. Oh, and check out the Discord page. The link is in the description. 24/7 live chat. Take care, guys.